As long as you get out. If you okay, if you get out, oh, you're gonna make this one tricky for me, aren't you? What rank are you right now? You said you did your placements.
Plat 5.
Plat 5, and then what rank have you peaked at?
Peaked, it was Plat. Hold on.
Not just this season, just in overall. Because I think you said that you're a diamond, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Diamond 4.
Okay, so a little bit, I do want to go back to our conversation. So a little bit before this, we were talking about the differences between Winston and Doomfist. So do you want to kind of elaborate on that?
Okay, so my philosophy is very different between Winston and Doomfist. Like Winston is very much he dives when he needs to dive, right? So he has jump when he has bubble ready, he can make an engagement. And even like he doesn't have to go on the enemy straight away when he has bubble, he can wait for an opportunity. But with Doomfist, he doesn't have any what's it called? I guess immediate pressure, something that can help him stay in and get out straight away. And his cooldowns, I feel, for example, like Winston's jump, he can get over obstacles and everything else. Doomfist, in order to get over that, he needs like a diag and some tech and all this other stuff. So you're better off just using Slam, which is on a 6-second cooldown rather than I think Winston is 4 seconds. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
5, something like that.
I think it's
But
5,
anyway,
yeah.
yeah. Long story short, Winston, more of a thinking tank. Doomfist, he has to constantly, in my opinion, move around and distract the enemy. Otherwise, you're sitting back, not doing too much.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I can see what you're saying. Like like Doomfist doesn't have like his own quote unquote bubble, right? You don't dive in, bubble, jump out, wait for your bubble, go back in.
Yeah.
But I do like to think of any dive tank that I play as very similar in playstyle. So we'll see how this goes. You did say that this game was really good at the beginning and then it kind of fell off at the end, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea why it fell off?
Well, you're gonna laugh when I say this, but we were doing good at the start, and I mean we still won the game, so it was fine. But we did well at the start, and then I decided to be a bit memey and try some diags, and just failed at it.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Well, let me go back to our text. I'm gonna read what I asked you some questions. Let's see if I can find them. Okay, so you're currently Plat because you did your placements. We're coaching Doomfist. You get about 21 hours a week. So that's
that's changed now. But what's it called? It's like I think I play 2 hours after work, so yeah, we'll change it later. But I think it's under 20 hours now.
Okay, so about 2 hours a day ish.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad. Like 2 to 3 hours is probably fine. And then your overall goal is to reach Masters, yeah, on Doomfist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think 2 to 3 hours, like as long as it's focused practice and you know what you're working on, I think you're fine. You could reach Masters. All right. Well, what's Doomfist good at? We're always gonna start with that.
Doomfist is good out of a lot of things. Rocket Punch enables. Well, it's very. Doomfist is Schrodinger's cat basically. He does everything and nothing at the same time because he's very easily punished.
Okay.
But at the same time, he's also very punishing. He's able to bait out a lot of cooldowns. He's very good at stunning and distracting, as well as due to his mobility, reaching very dangerous enemies, like on high ground, whatever else, knocking them off. What else? I guess creating pressure and physically knocking the enemy back and physically creating space for the team.
Okay.
And what else? I guess the ability to I want to say he's good at being aggressive, but he's just like so easily to be punished. So that's a bit of a 50-50. But
okay.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
So a little bit of disruption, right? Like knocking by the team, creating space. Obviously, he's a tank. One thing I didn't hear.
Well, it's like the assassination as well.
There you go. That's what I was. I don't think you did. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. So he's good at creating space because he's a tank. Duh. Disrupting and assassinating, right? So We're gonna see how you leverage those things, and then the other question I'm gonna ask you is: look at the team one, right? Because we're red right now, which might get a little confusing. So, but look at team one. What's the couple of things, just a couple of things that you would notice on the enemy team that might be the most important for you to prioritize in terms of like
Number one, Widow, always Widow.
Okay. What else?
And then perhaps a support. Mercy would be too mobile, so then Anna. But also Soldier. I feel, and Monkey, if he's like very close to my team and I'm able to support my team, like push him back so that way he gets no value. That's also ideal.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think Soldier,
Perfect.
Soldier, Widow is going to be like the two targets that you're going to want to prioritize. Make sure that they can't get angles. And then
you're gonna love the start of this game then.
okay. And then the only thing other to worry about is probably Anna Sleep Dart. So let's just go into it. If the team comp changes, we'll talk about it. But I mean, I know you know a lot about this game because you and I have chatted over text a lot. So
Yeah.
I know you know your stuff. So we're gonna see how you execute. Because sometimes having too much knowledge is a problem. Welcome to my life. Okay, wait. Actually, real quick, let me make sure because I do this every time. 8 seconds. Okay, we're chilling. All right. Sometimes it goes like resets back to 20. I don't know why.
Yeah, like I said, I got 2 with 1 stone. Very easy.
Look, that was great though. That was honestly great.
Yeah.
Like you should easily win this team fight. That was fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about this team fight. You want it, you knock both DPS off the map. What's your thoughts about the Winston matchup for you?
So how do I put this? Winston, it's hard to say. Wait, hold on. Sorry, just need to check that if my boss is outside. No, okay, all good. Yeah. Winston matchup is pretty much. It's a bit 50-50. Like you're both dive tanks. You're aiming to go on the enemy team, and try and create space and deny value and everything like that, as well as chase squishy targets and those that are the most threatening to your team, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's in theory it's 50-50, right? You're both diving and hoping to just get more value than the other. But in reality, what I find is because Winston has bubble, right? He's able to distract your team, whereas you're more vulnerable and you have to rely on your mobility as well as your burst damage in order to get kills. So Winston can bubble in, realize that, damn, this is not a successful dive, jump out. Doomfist, he can punch in, get hacked, get slept, get naded, dead.
Okay.
But what's it called? In terms of like, I can disrupt Winston a lot more than he can disrupt me. So if I hold back a bit during his dive or he dives while I'm still with my team, I can punch him away. I can get right up close to his face and do a full spread of shotgun damage to his face.
Yeah.
Doing like a bunch of damage. So creates a lot of pressure that way. So it's again 50-50, I'd say.
Yeah. So would you peel against the Winston?
Ideally, no. Ideally, I'd already be with my team, ready to look for a dive or engagement or close by. The only time I would really peel is if, like, say he does like a really good dive, he's by himself, so I can try and isolate him to, I can punch him. For example, if you can go out of like just doing spectator mode, so like see around this corner where there's like that little room on the right hand side. Oh no, sorry, you had it
Left side?
just right in front, right in front, like all the way back down that lane.
Oh, this one?
So say, go to the right a bit more. Like the
This
one
room.
that's no, right. Turn around.
This room?
That one, right? Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. So say he jumps on our team and
Yeah.
he's by the bus or whatever else, and he's looking to jump back out. If he's by himself, there's an opportunity to punch him back behind that wall to make it harder for his escape. Then it's
like
might
punch
as well,
him in
right?
this room or something, or punch him like back here. Like
It makes it like you know, if I see about it and obviously think about it when I play, I don't really think. I just go unga bunga punch. But you know, it is what it is.
Like force him out of the LOS if it supports or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think typically you're not going to be peeling him, but there might be options for it. Like you said, if he is isolated or anything like that. Obviously these things aren't very black and white, so I think that's a pretty good answer. I just want to make sure that you know that matchup well, because I mean that's how I'd approach it. You can peel, like you're better at peeling than Winston is, because you do just more damage and things like that. But it's going to be situational.
Unite as one.
Okay, your Hanzo gets a pick. Yeah, this is good. I'm glad that we're not overextending or anything. Dodge the nade. I mean, that's like a lot of cooldowns out already, which is really good. Yeah, the only thing I'd be careful about there is just that you use 2 cooldowns to get up there.
Yeah.
And if you use 2 cooldowns to get up, you don't have cooldowns to get out. I know you have block, but you do got to be careful because that's when you get slept. That's when you get hacked. Things like that,
Yeah.
And another thing to think about is like if you're playing into a sleep dart, you're going to want to be playing faster, right? So you want to do fast engage. Because that block is like, I know as an Ana player, I see a blocking Doomfist. I'm going to yeet the sleep dart out. But so far, this is fine. Yeah, I think you guys are just down.
The enemy has the robot. Meteor strike.
Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna go back real quick because there's a couple things I want to look at just to double check. I think this is fine. I'm looking to make sure. Okay, so what I'm looking for is if your team was way back here, like Cart's still back here or something like this.
Oh yeah, no.
You don't need to be up there, But
yeah,
Widow has sights.
Because we're about to turn the corner.
Yeah. So Widow has sights. You're in a position to be supported. I think this is fine. The only other thing that I saw was if we go forward a little bit. Real quick, why did we decide to punch Monkey here? Is it because he got slept?
I honestly don't have a good answer. I just, probably. I see a sleeping monkey. I just want to,
Unga bunga punch.
One. Exactly.
Okay. Do you think there's a better option here?
Probably someone behind him. So like, one of the squishies on his team.
I mean.
Yeah, Ana, right there.
Right. Like this, Ana should not be here. So, that's one of the things I saw. The other thing I saw is because like we did talk about not peeling a monkey. If it's a big problem, we'll talk about it. But I don't think this is the time to peel a monkey, just because the team is in a position to follow up with the Winston.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing I saw is we look at the kill feed, right? We're down 1, down 2. I want us to just get out. We got powered punch, punch turn over here. I know some Doom tech, okay? But like the reason I don't like this is because, right, there's another one dead. And then what happens is we get ult and we use ult when there's like no one there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I honestly think it'd just be better to engage, like disengage. I mean.
Yeah.
But the biggest problem, I think, right? We peeled the monkey when we should have been peeling this Widow. As soon as we get our cooldowns back, go back on the Widow, or even go back on the Ana. Other than that, I think we're fine. Yeah, we just don't want to be using resources here. We're already down. Like, good kill, that's cool, but like you can see it, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, was this something that you noticed during the game, or?
I guess I got. I had a tendency to get greedy.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like obviously, new season, first game. I think this was my first placement, and I got that kill at the start. And I was feeling myself up, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you should. That like boop in the beginning was really good. So, but yeah, that's fine. Well, if it becomes a problem, we'll talk about it. But we'll see. The problem now is like your team's in and you're not, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So
I should have just disengaged and regrouped rather than try and get greedy.
as much as that's not fun, you know, it's not fun to disengage. It really is not. Like I hate it.
Yeah.
I'll go in as Winston, get some kills. I'm like, oh yeah, we're going. Then we're down like 3, and I'm like, that's boring, you
Yeah.
know. But
And then he was just stupid.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think. Yeah, I mean, why do you think it's stupid? I'm gonna have you coach yourself a little bit because I know you're good at this game. I know you know a lot. Why do you think it's stupid?
So back there, I just focused on Nano Monkey too much, and instead of diving on the team or thinking, oh, maybe I should take like a better position and hold up for the next fight, just like stall it out, I decided to full engage on a pocketed soldier. So
Yeah, like, and my question to you is this soldier doing anything to your team? Even like when he's
yeah,
here,
doing nothing.
here maybe, but
yeah.
even if you dive out here and then go back to cover and focus Monkey, because Monkey's the isolated one now, right? You know, he's the ones that playing aggressive. So it's like, it's not always about getting the kills, you know?
Yeah.
So I wonder if we just, you know, get the soldier out, we push him out, because he'll back up. Like, you know, he's backing up. Even if you do the punch, block, start walking back here, get healed up, and then dive back in again, you know?
Yeah.
But like, also, this person is doing more to your team.
Yeah.
So, but that's fine. I want to make sure. I wonder if we just start. What's our team at right now? Hold on. Boo boo. Yep. That's not good. I think we're just staggering. You know.
Yeah.
Like the whole team, and this happens. You're gonna get games like this. It's really sucks, to be honest. But the best thing you can do is just try not to stagger yourself. I don't think you stagger there necessarily, but the engage is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Sniper, keep your head down. Remember,
Nice. That's good. I mean, these stagger kills are going to be really important. So, you know, this is good. As long as we don't overextend here. Where the... Oh, soldier's dead. Okay, I was like, where did that... Okay.
And this is where I overextended.
Okay. Well, you got out. As long as you get out, I'm fine. You know? That's the thing about Doomfist. You know, you got the mobility to do things like that. So as long as you're not feeding, cool. I'm fine with it.
And then this is a diag that went terribly. I was like, where the fuck? Where did I go?
Yeah. They switch to cast. Okay. Just honestly fine. What do you think I'm gonna say here?
You're gonna say, why didn't you focus cast instead of Lifeweaver? I assume, or why am I? Yeah, I think why am I focusing Lifeweaver instead of Cassidy?
Well, Lifeweaver is a support. I'd rather use focus as support, so I'm okay with this. What do you think I'm gonna see if I turn around?
No support.
Okay, maybe. What else? What else can we see on our screen right now? Let's look at the bottom right.
Oh right, no, yeah, team's dead.
Well, that's the top right. Team is dead too. There's quite a bit of things going on right now.
Oh wait, bottom right.
Bottom right.
Oh, no cooldowns. Yeah.
No cooldowns. So if you can't get out, you know that's a problem.
Yeah.
But I think you're fine focusing Lifeweaver. Why focus Cass if Cass is gonna be pocketed by Lifeweaver?
Yeah, exactly.
And this is a messy team fight, isn't it?
It is.
Oh boy, this is a messy team fight. Here's the thing. So you created a lot of space, correct? Cass and Lifeweaver are back like crazy. Where's the objective?
All the way back there.
Right, it's like right here. So I wonder if we need to even create this much space. I don't know. It's kind of this is a really messy fight. It's kind of hard to read.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, let's see what happens because I'm okay with you focusing Lifeweaver. That's not the problem I have. Nice.
Your strike.
As long as you get out. If you okay, if you get out, oh, you're gonna make this one tricky for me, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. Okay. Oh boy.
So obviously I shouldn't have done that. The safe play and the right play would have been to go to a health pack.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if you go to this health pack.
Yeah. Or even the one, what's it called in that other room there? The one that I showed you before. That's
oh,
down the
even
street.
this one over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like these megas would be good. And the good thing about this is you get set up in a position perfectly for the next fight. Because like they don't know you're here. Your team walks up, you engage behind them. Easy team fight win. Here's the thing: you got to kill, you got out with your life. Sure.
Easy as. There we go.
You know,
risk versus reward.
Sure. It is a high risk, yeah. But you got you killed their Ana. You staggered them. That's really good, and your whole team is with you. So I wouldn't recommend that this is a play that you should be repeating constantly.
No.
But I can't argue with the results. So
yeah. Like I said, this game was like, you know, just a bit memey. I don't know. I like to be honest, like I just finished from work, you know, had a few beers, and I was like, you know what, let's play some Overwatch. So
look, if you're having fun, that's important. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So we need to find a way. It sounds like to have, because I know like just based off of what I've heard you type and things like that, that you want to do like cool text, and that's how you enjoy the game. Am I right?
Yeah.
And so we need to find a way that we can get that involved in your gameplay, but still be like improving. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like I'm not even opposed to doing a diag tech here, but you need to practice that diag tech to make sure you hit it.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I know that doesn't sound fun, but it's like
but I just gotta take the time out to do it.
Yeah, because I'm not opposed to you playing in a fun way. There's nothing wrong with that. But as long as it's a good fun way, because if you want to get to masters, you know, you got to keep improving.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what to say to that fight, honestly. That's and they're just gonna give you block or power punch for free, so that's great.
Yeah, I give up on that diag now. I'm just like, whatever. I'll go and learn it.
I don't know. I look, if it was me, I would say to the average person, don't try to do fancy text like that until you're at a high enough level where you know how to fundamentally play Doomfist and you really want to get to that next level. That's my personal opinion. But I'm not going to tell you not to do that, because if it's the way you have fun, that's the important part.
Yeah. I mean, like, what's it called? I know, ironically enough, like Queen Street, I only know 2 diag techs. One of them I can actually pull off, but I don't think I pulled it off this game.
Okay.
Which is, you know, the little room, like the gym on the left. That one.
Yeah.
If you jump up and you hit your head on the roof there, it will allow you to diag down.
Oh, like the diag this way?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, can you pull it off? Like consistently?
Yeah. 80% of the time.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as long as it's fairly consistent and you know when to use it and when not to, sure. You know, I'm not going to tell you not to have fun. That'd be stupid.
Exactly.
So,
just practice the diags that will enable me to have fun, so that way I can have fun more consistently.
Yeah, like for me, like when I play Overwatch, can you still hear me, by the way? For me, when I have fun, it's playing like consistent. I follow the rules, you know. I'm not very creative, but I enjoy that way because it allows me to look at the game simpler, and it allows me to succeed. And succeeding to me is having fun. But if it's not that, if that's not fun to you, you know, we're gonna find a way to implement how to play fun, but also play good.
Yeah.
So,
because I mean, what's it called? I'm more of a quick play enjoyer myself, to be honest. I like to just, you know, be aggressive, be memey.
Yeah.
You know, be a bit of a DPS Doom, and yeah, like comp. There's a lot of times where it's just comp isn't fun, man. With Doomfist, it isn't fun because it's always Orisa, Sombra, Zen, and it's just like, why you make my life difficult, man? But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have to get creative when you start playing as counter. So, all right. Well, we'll keep that into consideration. I don't mind you going for techs. Just make sure you practice them if you're going to play comp.
Yeah.
That's all I ask.
Fair enough.
You know, make sure that they're fairly consistent. I'm going to go back because I'm lost on where this fight was, to be honest. So.
What's it called? You need a. Do you have your screen shared?
Oh, I don't, do I?
No.
My yeah, sorry, my thing restarted. My Discord, I don't know why it's done that the last couple of days. I'm not sure why. So I'm gonna have to figure that. Can you see the stream?
No, I cannot.
I mean, I am sharing.
Nothing's loading or loaded yet.
Okay, let me go live. Do it again. What about that?
Nothing.
Huh.
Like it has this the box window, but the box window is just of your icon, and it says you're recording. But
okay.
oh
so...
wait, hold on. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, all good, perfect.
Okay. A little bit of technical difficulties, but that's fine. Okay. So our teams with us, I'm pretty sure this is where we, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. Teams with us, this is good. We get power punch for free. That's also good. So this tech hits you up here, yeah?
Yeah.
So it like punch here?
Yeah.
Okay. So the goal was to punch up.
Yeah, exactly. Punch up and hit them against the wall if possible. But a lot of the time you're not going to hit anyone. It's just a movement tech to save your slam.
Yeah, which, I mean, in theory would be good, right? Because then you use one cooldown to get up there rather than slam up there,
But,
try to punch someone to kill, things like that. But if you're not hitting it...
yeah, exactly. It's just a waste of another cooldown.
Yeah, and the thing that like frustrates me even more is you got powered punch, you know?
Yeah.
Like, use it. So... And they're just giving it to you for free.
Yeah.
And another problem is we used the cooldown, messed up our... Like, we messed up our diag tech. And because we messed up our diag tech, we had to back out and, like, look at all the space, you know what I'm saying? Like, this soldier should not be able to be here. This Ana... I mean, this is pretty safe. But this Cash should not be able to be here. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that we need to be taking care of and taking space. Because if you're here, if you're playing here, you're threatening them. They're not going to be able to walk up like this. But because we went for a meme diag tech and backed out, they kind of can.
Yeah, do whatever they want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's the time to peel monkey. There's no one to help him follow up, so... But now, look at the top right. What should we do?
Yeah, everyone's dead. Disengage.
Yeah. Yep. I don't even mind you fishing for powered punch if you can... Oh man, you went like flying.
Yeah, I forgot, like, I was blocking everything. I was like, oh, it's all good. Ana will heal me. She's behind me. You know, she can keep me up. But then I realized, damn, I'm not out of the bubble by the time I blocked, and I was like,
oh yeah,
I'm not going to get out in time.
Oh yeah, because you weren't getting healed because of the bubble, yeah. All right. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if your team waited for you? That'd be great. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Get a little shields, right? That's a good punch. What's the problem?
Overextending.
Yeah, so, right, and you have no cooldowns.
Yeah.
No one can really follow up. You know, Bastion, yeah. Moira, maybe. So at least there's some follow-up. I'm fine with that. There's at least a little bit. It's mostly the cooldowns, because if you can't get out, you're screwed. But, I mean, it doesn't seem like they have enough damage to actually, like, burst you down anyway, so... I mean, I guess Soldier Cast can, but...
Oh, this is embarrassing. The inability to hit a...
I mean, it's good target priority. I'm glad that you're going after supports. Unfortunate. I hate when that happens.
Ready for a knockout? Meteor strike. Fully charged.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that fight was a little messy. I mean, we didn't feed. A little bit of a messy fight, but that's fine. We were in there kind of disrupting things, right? We're applying a lot of pressure to the supports. I think this was fine. The only thing I'm concerned about is your cooldown usage. Is like, oftentimes we're just kind of throwing them out, and it just makes me nervous because you might just not have an escape cooldown and die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what's it called? Ideally, I have like 1 second. Like, it's never more than I think 2 seconds, or I try to aim for never more than 2 seconds during an engage for like a cooldown to come up. Because
Okay.
that way, by the time I'm in their face,
Yeah.
shooting at them, and they look at me and shoot at me, I'll have a cooldown ready. And there are times where I'm caught out,
Okay.
just because I'm like, damn, you know, like I've committed like a slam and a punch, right? To try and confirm a kill. Don't confirm the kill. You know, all I have is block left, and neither one is coming back in time. So,
As long as you're thinking about it, like, hey, I have cooldowns coming up in 2 seconds, I can go. I'm happy. So as long as it's something that you're like, I'm thinking about actively, that's fine. Like, yeah, even just one cooldown, even block, right? I mean, block, I would prefer like, you know, slam or punch.
or something. Yeah.
But even block can be nice as long as you can get it charged. But even just a stall. So like, this is fine. You weren't like overextended crazy because you had follow up. You were on the right targets. I think this is fine. I'm not gonna like go super deep. You know, we're thinking fundamentals again, as always. So this is all good.
Yeah.
Forward spawn active.
What's your intention with this?
Create pressure and space and try and deny them high ground, but obviously I see the Ana there, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, so just a little bit of pressure. But you're not intending to go like in super deep,
No.
right? Just kind of slam to top,
like,
drop.
Yeah, pretty much, because I wanted to sort of deny them setting up at the top or going through the top.
Okay.
But then I see the Ana there, and I'm like, shit, she doesn't, like, she has sleep, so I might be screwed here. But I don't think I get punished.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
like I'm okay with you slamming up and dropping. Do you think that? What do you think I'm going to see if I turn around?
No team,
Why do you think that?
because that's what I'm assuming.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. Right. Team's here. Where are the beans? Is the bot? Am I tripping? Oh, it's right there. Okay. I saw this. I was like, where is it? Like, okay, it's right there. Yeah, this is
I
fine.
gave a heart attack thinking like that was what was missing. No one was on the objective the entire time.
I thought too. I was like, wait, no way that they just C9'd this. Okay. Yeah, I was under impression that the objective might be here, but it's here. You're fine. I think this is fine, right? This is good timing. As long as the intention's here, like that's perfect. And you get powered punch. This is a great engage. Now you wait for your cooldowns
Proceed with me.
and go back in. Beautiful. That was great. You know? Like, and here's the thing about slamming top and punching, right, on this Ana. Yes, you only have one cooldown, but you can easily drop, you know? It's like, so it's not always like, don't use all of your cooldowns. It's like, if you're going to use 2 cooldowns, at least make sure you have somewhere to get out.
Yeah,
That's what I would say. So I'm okay with this. This is really good. Good target priority. If you're, you know, if your Ana could deal with the Winston, that might be helpful, but...
So
yeah, and so now, what do you think we should do? Look at the team.
yeah, back up.
Why?
Because what's it called? This is their kill box, and if I ever exit into their kill box, I'm just dead.
Yeah,
and
you're cooked.
There's no cover for me. Nothing. I can't remember whether or not I actually do, or if I go, you know, neuron activation type style. But we'll see.
Well, and yeah, that does happen sometimes. But even not even thinking it in terms of kill boxes, it's like, is these people in front of you, are they doing anything to your team?
No.
So do you need to create space?
No.
Perfect. Right? Now's the time to peel monkey, I would say. Do you agree?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, that's fine. It happens. I mean, here's the thing, right? Monkey should die.
Who is the next fool?
Hopefully. That.
And
Don't let charge.
Why do you think you took so much damage?
no cooldowns.
Yeah, and this is a little bit too long of cooldowns. If you had block even just a couple seconds earlier, sure. That's really unfortunate. Oh, he didn't die because he had primal. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't even like. I think even zoning the backline is still fine here. The thing is, to zone the backline, you don't actually have to go in. You know, you could like slam up
Just
here
cause a distraction
and just
and
wait.
stall it for
Just
a bit.
like
Yeah. Oh.
look at him. I'm telling you, it's so funny. Even if you peek this corner and shoot him a couple times, they're gonna freak out. Because what
Yeah, true.
realistically, what can they do? You know, if they want to walk up to help the monkey, they're gonna have to go through you. So like the space is created. Now you back out, use your cover. You know, kind of. This is where if I was playing Winston, I'd be like, okay, back out. What's my team doing? Where are they? Okay, I need to keep zoning. So I'm just gonna poke. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna, hey, don't come at me. I'm scary. You know, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And so it's like, this is a perfect example of what you could have done.
We find strength.
What's longer? Okay, we got some more time. I want to make sure we have enough like footage to properly diagnose. What do you think is some problems that you're seeing?
So cooldown rotation, because like I said before, like the 2-second rule or 1-second rule, whatever it is, typically works great for a lot of situations. However, in situations where I, go under heavy fire, it's kind of like shit. I'm pretty much dead now because I don't have like a block or something. Blah blah blah. So I guess it's cooldown cycling in regards to situational awareness, I guess.
So like your cooldown cycling is okay, but it's not great.
Yeah, exactly.
So we could probably work on that, right?
Mhm.
We could get that down so good that you never have a problem with it.
Mhm.
I think that's good. What else do you think?
I think my target prioritization is fine. I think it's just
Yeah.
overextending and getting a bit greedy. Because again,
Yes.
I love going for kills, especially since DPS Doom is no longer a thing.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunate.
trying to relive the good old days.
Yeah, I think that I think I would agree. So a little bit of cooldown usage and a little bit too greedy at times. I guess the way that I would think about it is if you want to get more kills,
Mhm.
you want to play more consistently. That's the way I look at it. And so
Very nice. Yeah.
the best way, if we go back to the example that we were just looking at, the best way to get those kills is not to go in deeper. It's to wait for them to try and support their monkey, wait for them to be out of position, then go. Same thing with a monkey, right?
Yeah, like
So-
it's funny you mentioned that because I noticed something with Zebra, where people are like, "Oh my god, he's a go to Doom, blah blah blah, whatever else," and no doubt about it, he is. But the reason why, as well, is because he's very methodical and
Mhm.
I guess like he doesn't like 100% hard engage unless like they're like half health or whatever, and he can get that burst damage onto them relatively safe. He
Yeah.
plays his life very well. Like the only time he rarely ults, and when he does ult, it's to go to a health pack as like an escape tool. So he sees value in like living and existing around the map, even if he's doing nothing
Mhm.
rather than kills. So it's kind of like I should be doing the same. But man, the dopamine rush when you get a kill is a lot more than just moving from point A to B.
Yeah.
Just doing shotgun damage. So
Yeah, that's understandable. You know, like having that dopamine rush is fun. And if you want to go and do these things, go in quick play. You know, you said you're a quick play enjoyer. I don't care if you do that in quick play. But if you're telling me you want to get to masters,
yeah, that's a
you know,
different story.
that's different.
Mhm.
So it really comes down to what's your goals. You know, I mean, you asked me for coaching, and so I assume that you want to improve. But are you willing to,
Yeah.
maybe take away the little dopamine rushes a little bit?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's like what's it called? It's what's his name? The guy that rolls the boulder up the hill, right? Where
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's kind of like me doing that is, or like me moving around and playing safe and everything like that. It's kind of like rolling a boulder up a hill, but you have to imagine yourself being happy doing that type of
Well,
thing.
okay, okay, so you playing consistently is rolling a boulder up the hill. But what happens
Yeah,
when you get to the other side of the hill and you can push it down? How fun is that,
that's true.
right? Like, we're guys, we like to push rocks down hills. It's fun, it's entertaining. And so it's
Yeah.
like you do your homework, it may be boring,
Mhm.
but then when you finally get that over that little top of the hill and you get those kills, it's beautiful.
I feel like I'm being lectured by my parents right now, going, "Oh, do your homework, then you can play games." It's that
Well,
type of vibe.
this is Overwatch. It's
Mhm.
sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like if we go back to this example over here, right? The homework is, okay, I've done my homework. They're out. Monkey's getting pressured, right? Okay, this is a little bit wherever we were. You know what I'm talking about, wherever we were.
Yeah.
I've done my homework, right? There's two people right in front of me. They're not doing anything. I'm gonna wait. Monkey's gonna, maybe I shoot monkey, I don't know. Maybe you peel monkey. I don't know. There's multiple situations. Then your homework's done. You've cleared the space. Then if these guys decide to go up, now you have fun. Now you're like, okay, I'm gonna beat the crap out of them. And I'm gonna get that dopamine rush, and I'm gonna get that 2K, that 3K, and it's gonna be a blast. So
Fair enough. Yeah.
yeah. And like the example about Zebra and like things like that and like get quaked on is like people see these like, oh, look how fancy in the text and all the crazy kills, but they don't see the consistent playing that they do and the methodicalness behind it. And you even mentioned it, right? They're very methodical with it. You are smart enough to see that they're methodical about it. So
yeah, it's just I guess natural instinct almost, just to be like, ooh, enemy here.
Oonga boonga punch.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's really comes down to what are you willing to do? How much do you want to improve? And if you tell me, look, I want to go and have fun, hell yeah, go have fun. You know, even if you want to do it in comp, I don't care. It's not, look, I don't care what people think, okay? It's not going to affect their rank that much. If you have one Doomfist per game that's going in and having a little bit of fun. As long as you're willing to say that you might not be ranking up.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So it really just comes down to that. What are you wanting to do? So I'm gonna treat it as you want to improve, and I'm gonna coach you that way because that's my job. But if you come after the session, you're like, I just want to have fun because that's how I enjoy the game. Hell yeah, do it.
I kind of like I want to improve just so I know, like, for my own sort of, I don't know, for my own mental, that I'm like, okay, I'm actually a good Doomfist. I've peaked at this level, blah blah blah. Like, I'm semi decent at least, better than most. So that way I can, be like, all right, no worries. Then apply what I've learned into having fun again, if that makes sense. So try and go for diag text, try and improve my mechanics, so that way I'm able to get kills more quickly and consistently and stuff like that. And
yeah. I mean, and look, it's not like one or the other. You can have fun and get good. Like we talked about with diag text. It just means you got to practice that way. You know?
Yeah, exactly. But the practice itself is like sort of,
it's homework.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not 100%. I don't really want to be sitting in a map creator to, for an hour or whatever it is, just like going, oh, wait, so I have to time it like this, and then like try and get it into muscle memory.
Well,
but at the same time, doing the homework allows me to have fun with the diag and use that said tech. So it's a bit.
It's delayed gratification.
Exactly.
So, but it could be you don't have to go into a custom mode. It could be that while you're warming up, maybe you warm up in quick play, and then you just do a bunch of diags and you practice and try them.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It really is up to you, and you're gonna have to figure that out. Also, what is the Cassidy hat doing?
Yeah. It moves around very weirdly here.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go back. Let's get back on track. Yeah, I think. Where's your team? Because I think you died last, right? And they didn't wait for you. I think that was what we. Okay, yeah, that's not your fault. I mean, if it was like you staggered, that is your fault. But this time, you didn't do anything to like stagger. You just lost the fight.
Me hard engaging here is probably a bad idea, but yeah, we'll see.
Well,
this hard engage is my fault.
Well, okay, what would you do differently? You see this.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I realize, fuck, we're down one person. Probably back up a bit, stall around that stairwell or that staircase.
Okay.
And then, try and like sort of exist, I guess.
Yeah.
And try and, divert their attention, not do anything threatening, but like kind of like what they're doing to me, right? Like have that neuron activation of, ooh, I see person, I want kill, that type of thing. So
okay.
Have them like distracted, focused on me, blah, 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 while the team's grouping up and waiting for them to come through to help me out in the fight. And then once they're distracted on my team coming through, then I can engage. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. So you could even like, I don't even mind the slam here, but slam here, maybe block and go behind cover and then kind of wait. Poke, 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 wait for your cooldowns. Check your team. Oh, my team's with me? Okay. Maybe I invest the time to set up, come over this way and get a punch over here or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So rather than like all in, you know, try and think of it as like a couple of steps. You know, okay, first thing, I'm gonna slam here. I'm gonna take this space. I'm gonna hold it, wait for my cooldowns. Then maybe I'm gonna set up, wait for my cooldowns, and then go in.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the engages I've seen are just like, we're gonna go. So
Yeah.
think about it as taking space sequentially, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm used to like I think in the back of my mind, okay, I have the mobility tools to help me sort of like as long as I don't overcommit or overuse them. Like for example, if I use punch, then block, then
Like
punch
slam out.
again, slam out, yeah, it's stuff like that. Like as long as I have the mobility tools, but then obviously the more you get into the cycle, there's more chances of the cycle fucking up because there's something that you don't expect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, the right play is just timing and waiting and doing what Winston should do, I guess. But
Yeah.
I feel with Winston, I find it fun. I'm like, I'm gonna be like, which unsuspecting soul can I ruin today?
Yeah.
And jump on them, and like I have protection, I'm all good, and then I can jump out when I'm in trouble. With
Mm.
Doomfist, I don't know. It's just something about like I can take. I feel like I can take on the whole team, even though I very much can't.
If you were lore accurate Doomfist, sure.
Yeah, God, I wish. Yeah, bring back DPS Doom. But
yeah,
anyway,
for real. But yeah. I think the difference between Winston and Doomfist, there is differences, but I don't think it's like a ton. I think it's really, I think Winston probably has more downtime. Yeah. But in terms of setting up dives, diving the same targets, it's all the same.
yeah.
Yeah, your target priority is really good. There's like this is fantastic. Now,
This is stupid of me. I should have gone for the Ana. But
who else could you have gone for? Who's most threatening to your team, other than Winston?
Monkey.
I mean, you could go on Winston. He's pretty low, but who else?
Probably Soldier.
Yeah.
What's it called? Is he on high ground at the moment? No. Yeah. Well, I could have gone Soldier.
He's not on high ground,
Just-
but look.
Yeah, exactly. He has access to my team, and he's creating additional pressure with Monkey. So
Yeah, and so like, this is fine. This is still pressure. It's still pressure,
Yeah.
but we want to get the Soldier. Just look at this guy. We talk about peeling the Winston, right? We're not peeling directly, we're peeling indirectly. This is who we need to stop the fallout from. These guys aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you. These things, like, it's easy to see in hindsight. It's not easy to see in game. But the reason we practice it is because when you see them like this, you can then think about them during the game. And as you think about them, you're like, oh, okay, who's the most aggressive? Who do I need to be diving? And you start getting better and better. But I think definitely the biggest problems that we've seen is a little bit of cooldown cycling, which I know you're already working on, but we can get it better. And then just not being so greedy,
Yeah.
Do your homework, push the rock up the hill, and then enjoy it going down. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I think the only problem there was just that we didn't get Soldier.
Yeah, and what's it called on high ground? As soon as because I didn't chase the McCree, right? But at the same time, I saw my Reaper down there. I wanted to help out, and in reality, I should have known we've lost that fight, so I should have backed out ASAP.
Yeah, so maybe we can also write down, like, when we write down the list at the end, maybe we write down a little bit awareness of kill feed awareness, right? Disengaging. And these things will get better when you rank up because your teammates will not be such. They'll be better at the game. Let's just put it that way. And so they're not going to stagger. They're not going to do stupid stuff. They're going to die less. So you're going to have a little bit more freedom.
I rarely try to like blame like sort of the team or whatever else. Like my mentality is like I know I'm just as like I belong in the rank that I am because I do the shit that I do. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
that's a good mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying blame your teammates. I'm just saying that like you're gonna have teammates that aren't staggering, they're positioning better, so they're not gonna be dying as early. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that said, at the same time, I'm gonna be having enemies that are doing like better at
the same thing. Exactly.
Able to land cooldowns, and it's just terrible time. But
yeah, so it only gets harder as you go up. That's another thing you want to consider because. All right. That's good. Right, he's playing aggressive. Soldier shouldn't be there, so. And now is the time. Perfect. Yeah, I was gonna say now would be the time to look back at your team, ask yourself where they are. I don't know if you like turned around just to turn around, or if you were looking at your team. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think like I don't remember for this specific situation, but in general, I usually like kind of look around, be like, hey, is there like support nearby that can help me out, or like where roughly is everyone? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's good. That's good. I've gotten myself into the habit, most of the time. I'm still working on it, but of just turning around and going 1, 2, 3, 4 and counting up to 4. Make sure there's 4 teammates. Sometimes you need to fight with like 3. That's situational, which I think you're smart enough to understand that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just turning around. Make sure you know where they are positionally and how many are with you.
Yeah, I went in too hard there.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it.
I didn't have any support. No one was able to get to me, so it's just.
Let me ask you a question.
It was a terrible decision. Yeah.
You see Diva.
Mhm.
Okay, let's say that we couldn't see through the walls.
Yeah.
Where would you think that the backline is?
Behind her.
Right. And so, what's the problem here?
Is that I'm chasing after Diva when all the backline has to do is like, take 2 steps forward, I guess, and
Yeah.
go into that room to help her out.
And the funny thing is if you engage on this Lifeweaver, you're actually safer than if you were to engage up here.
Yeah.
I know your Reaper's going up, cool, but don't worry about your Reaper. Do what you're good at. So, but yeah,
So
I think this is like the one time that I've seen not great target priority.
Yeah.
But I'm not really worried about it because I don't think it's a problem. I think it's another of like, ooh, I see red. Let me kill him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we just overextended a little bit. Did your team win that? I think they did, because they got the Reaper ult. Yeah, they do. You say you win this, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say 25 seconds. You guys have plenty of lead. Oh,
Yeah,
I hate
trust
that.
me. This is what I mean. You know what? I prefer this 100 times over Suzu, because Suzu, I'm out of position after the punch. But
that's a good
like
point.
at least this I'm okay with.
Because you'd be
I'm okay with. It's
way over
frustrating,
here if it was Suzu.
Yeah.
That sucks. That was a good play though. I really like the idea. Punch him out, get him out of position. They're also the most aggressive person. Sure.
Yeah.
Good target priority. This is fine.
Yeah, I missed the punch there and I whiffed and panicked.
Yeah, and I think it's a little bit of like greed here, because like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you go back a little bit.
Okay.
So we're playing around. Oh no, don't need have to. Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, you want the overhead view?
Yeah, overhead. So pretty much you see them all, like Anna goes around behind that sort of bus stop or whatever, like that little waiting area.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's 3 here, right? So if I hit one of them,
They all
ideally
get
McCree
back.
or Anna. Yeah, exactly. And then I can slam out. But then I miss, and like everyone go through, and I'm now stuck in the corner. I'm just like, oh well. But
yeah. Okay. So like, I like the punch on the pedal, and I'm okay with this block. You get powered punch. I would almost try to either disengage to some sort of cover, or just kind of use this as cover and try and play your life a little bit, and then wait for your cooldowns, engage again a tiny bit later. Just because it feels a little bit too early, because like, look at our cooldowns.
And we have no supports either. That's also another thing that I should have kept note of.
Yeah, and another thing, and that's what I was going to get to next, is when you're playing into a matchup where you have to trade backlines, which I think you already know. Now, if you don't, you can ask me, but I think you already know, like Winston, Diva, any other dive tank, really. When you're playing in a matchup where you need to trade backlines, when you're engaging, you need to be like soft engaging almost, right? Because it's like you engage on them to force them out and zone them, but you can't. You gotta also make sure that you don't take as much damage, because you don't have the resources to get healed up.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, the punch, great. You know, block, great. I'm okay with that. Now we wait. We survive. Even if we have to back up a tiny bit, you know, come back here, survive. Just keep zoning, but play your life. You know,
Yeah.
you need to play your life as long as you can until this diva's dead.
Mhm.
I mean, this is a problem too. I don't know what happened there, but yeah. I mean, yes, we missed the punch. I mean, we hit Life Weaver, but we did miss the punch. But that, I don't even think that's the problem. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I think the
It was
biggest
just
problem is
no awareness of my resources. Like I have no team, no heals.
yeah, no team,
Like
no
everyone,
heals.
people are dead, and so it's just like I have to back out.
Well,
We
and then
lost this
also
fight.
look at your health.
Mhm.
Look at your cooldowns.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and like honestly, the best way to tell if your team's with you or not is your health. Are you taking a ton of damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
So most probably you're not getting supported, and there's probably a reason for it. You know, it could just be that they're bad, but typically that's not the case. They can at least hit some shots. So you know, I see no cooldowns, no health. Get out. You know, at least disengage a little, even if it's here, and then play here, because this is still zoning. You know, you get the health back, you come back, you start shooting. You remember it's a threat. You know, sometimes it's just a threat of you being there.
Yeah.
That's gonna push him back. Diva dies, hopefully, and then you're good. But I see what you mean. Where if you had hit the punch, you know, you hit the punch, you stop
Yeah.
like here, you get some health,
And that way-
then you back up a little bit. That might work.
Yeah, but I hindsight, obviously, I see now like there's no way I'm winning that fight or even surviving. Like it'd be lucky just to get out of there.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is making sure that we're playing with our team. So, and that doesn't mean that, you know, we're shooting the same person they're shooting. It just means that they're actively doing something and that they're in a position to help you, or that if they're not in a position to help you, that you keep that in mind.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
or we can look at it as don't get greedy. Whatever is the easiest way for you to understand.
Don't get greedy is probably the best.
Okay, as long as it makes sense to you, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Seismic slam. Meteor strike.
Okay.
Yeah. That was just a mess.
Okay. Oh, you
Because I
cracked me
see,
up.
yeah, I see here Reaper's like with me, so I assume he's gonna. And then I see, you know, that little teleport thing, and I'm like, okay, hectic. I can
Like Reaper's gonna
give him
follow up with me.
exactly. Because he's
Hmm.
not going to be, unless he's going to be Sniper Reaper and just, you know, try and shoot from the high ground. I assume he's looking to make an engagement because he just
Yeah.
came into the fight. He has teleport. He's used teleport, and then he has Wraith form to back out. I assume we can make like a successful dive, or pseudo dive almost.
I mean, he does. You know, he sees you
Yeah.
going. That's good. So, I mean, your idea was right. The problem is,
Yeah.
you
These
know,
targets here.
like,
Oh, and the rest of the team is not with us.
you know, it's a 2v4, 5, because Cassidy's looking at you. So, another thing is, like, if we go back, what do you see right here?
Soldier by himself on the lower right.
Punch him. Kill him. Right? He's overextended.
And this was I feel like an idiot because you can do the diag off this. I should have done that.
There you go. There's a perfect
Yeah.
example of how do you have fun and still get good value. This guy's way overextended, you know? I mean, yeah, he can run back, but look, I mean, he's right there. So is Cass, you know, and you didn't see Cass, so I don't blame you that. The other problem I have is we don't know what's on the other side of this. You know?
I mean, you assume, well, you know that there's 3 people because of the little icon on the top, like the 3
Yeah.
people pushing the bot. But you kind of go, okay, it could have been like Cass with them and Diva, and then still in mech. Like I can't physically see what the
Right.
situation is.
So you're
So,
here. Where do you dive to next?
So I dive to. Oh, are you talking about like what I should have done in terms
Yeah.
of dive?
What should you have done?
Jump up, hit my head on the ceiling there, or on the door frame, and then dive down to
Yeah, to the soldier.
What's it called? Soldier. Try and get a pick on him. If not, pressure him out. Then probably move on to Cassidy.
Yeah.
Force a rotation of them to group up.
Push him
block,
out or
as
kill
a-
him. Push him out or kill him. You create space for your team. They can walk up.
Yeah.
Then then you can go have fun. Do your homework, then have fun. If let's say this soldier wasn't here and this Cassidy wasn't here, what could you have done?
I guess go up on top with what's it called? Like this little bridge here.
Yeah.
Just stay up there, poke down at them, because realistically they can't really reach me unless Diva remix and decides to boosters or use boosters. But even then, I can punch her out.
But even if she does, you back up to corner, you have a Reaper, you're gonna win the trade.
Yeah, but the only issue that I find, and this is just like my own like sort of nitpicking, like this is like small notes, right?
Okay.
Is that like so out of my team, only Anna can reach me, and I'm very reliant on my Anna. Moira can come in with me to follow up a dive, but I have to.
It's not usually gonna happen.
What's it called? Exactly, and I'm gonna have to wait for like. Actually, yeah, I should probably be focusing my attention more, or just solely around my Anna, seeing if she's able to support.
Yeah.
If not, peel back for her, help her out with whatever, and then just like reset a little bit as the team fight's happening.
Yeah, I think having a good idea of where Anna is gonna help a lot. Or the support that can help you. I mean, ideally you want your whole team, but the supports are gonna be your priority.
Yeah.
Right. Just like we prioritize DPS and supports on the other enemy team to see who's threatening to us, who we need to worry about, we can also prioritize our teammates. Okay, I really want my Anna to be with me.
Yeah.
Or at least see me.
Like
that's priority 1.
Like what I usually do to follow priority is kind of like, okay,
427 nearly.
Okay. All right.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I'm talking to my girl.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to leave here soon, but we're almost done, so we can wrap this up. But you were saying, do you remember what you were saying?
Yeah. Target priority, create space. Oh, I need to anchor down at least one support and one DPS, so that way I can be like, okay, who can follow up with me with a dive, or support me to help me, finish off a certain target, and then a support to help anchor me down and make sure that I'm able to stay in the fight.
Yeah.
While I'm taking down that target.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at the rest of the VOD. It's like literally, I don't know, like a minute. But if you're happy with that, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that as well.
So, and I don't want to rush our coaching session, but I can always go drop her off and then come back. But I know you have things to do as well. But if you have like questions, you're like, hey, I want you to look at this, just message me. Like we can hop on a call and look at something real quick or something like that. So,
I need what's it called? I really want you to review a game of me against counters and see potentially like, okay, what can I realistically do? What do I need to sort of stay and like sort of take up space, like on high ground or whatever else, where like someone like a Russo or watch out for Sombra, where she has to go out of her way to run up the stairs and blah 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 to reach me.
Yeah,
something like that, and be like, kind of see a way to deal with counters in terms of my positioning and how I can then engage with punch and my cooldowns. Yeah, we can
definitely set something up like that. That one's going to be a tough one. We're going to have to kind of brainstorm together because I'm still figuring that out myself. Yeah. But yeah, I'd be happy to do a review. That'd be an interesting learning experience for the both of us where we can kind of talk about it, discuss it, and figure that out together. Even if that's just off camera, just the two of us, whatever works. I'm happy to set that up. So let's write your priority list. Okay. So what do you think the biggest problem is? Because I think I know what it is, but I'm curious to see what you think.
Agreed. I'm a greedy man.
Yeah. So if I'm going to write this in a sentence that makes sense, I'm having a stroke. Sense to you. Yeah. How should I write this?
So what's it called? Don't be greedy. Make sure that you have the resources available. Like you have more than enough resources to do what you need to do and play your life, I guess.
Need resources to do what Doom do. Play life. Okay. So what about that?
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Okay, so that's priority 1. All right. So next time you go into comp, or anytime you're playing comp, or even quick play if you want to work it in there, that's fine. Make sure that you're thinking about that. Hey, okay, today I'm practicing not being greedy. I'm going to make sure I'm aware of where my team is, right? Where the resources are that can help me, and I'm playing around that. That's number one. All right. So if we're talking about practice schedule, if you're really wanting to improve, you're going to be wanting to practice that one thing for a good while. Make sure it's down. Make sure it's set. Okay. Then we can move on to the next thing. So what do you think the next thing is?
So I guess like resources is covered by greed. I think the next thing is probably cooldown cycling.
Yep.
If I had to have to guess.
Yeah, I would agree. And I really do think that's it.
Oh, okay. So target prioritization is fine and everything like that.
There was a couple of times that we talked about prioritizing the most aggressive, right? And so who's being the most like threatening to your team. But for the most part, it was fine. You know, you're getting on squishies. I'm fine with that. It could be a tiny bit better, but I'm not too worried about it. So we can write that down. I'm going to write target priority, but then I'm going to write who's most aggressive / most threatening. I know how to spell. Hold on.
How do I deal with because so we're writing down target priority for aggression, right? But then in terms of like, you know, say there's like an Ana, like what about isolation? Does that fall under as well? Or?
Well, I mean, are they isolated and like in their spawn? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they doing anything to your team?
Oh yeah. So I'm not. Like as terms of like Ana, right? Like so she's, for example, if she's up in that window as we're turning around the corner and stuff like that, should I go out of my way to punch her up, or does that leave my team vulnerable to getting dived by D.Va or whoever else?
So Ana's here.
Should I focus?
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, it depends. Okay. It depends, right? Is there someone else that's more threatening? You know, is there a Cassidy over here? Is there a soldier over here? I'd probably target this, you know? But so now, like, it really depends. I would say personally, and that's most answer. It's very situational. It's like, ask yourself, who's the most aggressive and who is the most threatening to your team? So who's going to do the most damage? Is an Ana going to do more damage, or is a soldier over here going to do more damage or threaten your team more? It's really hard to say. They're both really threatening.
Yeah.
But now, if there's a soldier up here,
and play your life.
What's that?
Oh, it's kind of like you got to pick one. Like it's right answer. You go 50-50, and you do the best you can in that 50-50 like option.
Yeah.
Like they're both equally just as good.
Yeah. So I think you have a good understanding of it. Like I said, I do need to get going soon. So if you have any questions, just message me. We can always look at other VODs. We can set that up. So yeah. The only other thing I'm going to ask is, one, are you learning things? Or at least seeing things that you can improve on?
Yeah, like I realize like now, I guess, how much I need to genuinely like, one, I want to start, obviously that game didn't do any diags whatsoever. At least I don't think I did. So I need to start practicing them to get them more consistent, so that way I feel more confident and comfortable to do them. And then just perform them more consistently. What else? Like I'm learned now. I tend to overcommit. Like typically, I think if we bless you.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend in the background.
Okay. I think typically something that I've noticed as well is that where I overextend and die is either it's kind of like triggered by me coming very, very close to getting a kill, or it's what's the other thing? Or I get a kill and I'm like, okay, now we can steamroll, and then I just feed.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, I think that's what triggers it.
Yeah. Okay. I do gotta get going. I'm sorry for rushing this. But you're spot on with what you need to work on. So either you can wait for me and I'll come back and we can talk about it more. I'm happy to do that. Or if you're good with the session, I'm good now. It's up to you.
Yeah. What's it called? I think we can talk about it more, but The thing
Okay.
is, my boss is coming over because we need to discuss some things for business or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, I think, yeah, we'll see. Like, what's it called? I'll give you a text or a shout, and then yeah, go from there.
All right. Well, thank you so much. The only thing I ask is if you want to leave a review, there's a place in my Discord. Go ahead and do that. That's totally up to you. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. So good luck.
All right. Thank you
All
very
right.
much. Thank
Peace.
you. Enjoy.